hello. Welcome once again to Blaine's Escape Corner. I swear to you, I'm feeling much better than my voice sounds today. It's a much better day overall. We're sticking with the green tea in the Escape Corner today. But it's a great day. We're gonna have some fun tonight. Probably a shorter stream, but closer to an hour. Nowhere near as short as that last short stream that we had. So, thank you for joining me. Kanpai. Ooh, that feels good. Feels good in the throat. Call me John. How are you? Oh, wonderful. Wonderful to see you on time for once. That's enough rainbows for you here. Heard the shout out for me on Ricada's stream. That was nice. Thank you. That was fun to hear. It's always weird to hear your name in somebody else's stream when you're watching. Serranos watched the first episode of Love After World Domination, and the professor is certainly a man after Shinzo Abe's own heart. Oh, don't make me laugh. Just because I'm feeling better doesn't mean I'm in it for the giggles. Ooh, okay. Don't say anything feels good in the throat. Well, if you don't say anything feels good on the throat, then that's sort of the question, right? You walk through a hall of penises, how many do you choke on? If you say none, then you're pretty skilled. If you say one, then why is there a penis in your mouth? I love those damned if you do, damned if you don't questions. They're always so good. I did see that. When you're when you can't sleep like I do, or can't sleep like I can't, I guess, whatever the phraseology is, you tend to listen to late night ranting streams quite often. Oh my goodness. Oh, I hear a beeping. Somebody's burning something in the basement. Oh my goodness, what a day. What a fun day. And by fun day, I mean, oh my gosh, can I be done with my throat and everything just feeling like ass. This is not fun. But we'll make it through. Anime review update. Daemon once again gives us a really fun look at a sweet that I don't think a lot of people know about, ohagi. If you're familiar with mochi, ohagi is like chunky mochi, which sounds gross. You're like, ugh, chunky. Like chunky is never, like, unless you're talking about like chunky peanut butter or chunky peanut, like chocolate chip cookies or something. It tends to not be a great thing to talk about. But ohagi is where they're pounding the mochi out. They leave some of the rice a little bit thicker, so it's almost more like half tapioca, half mochi, and it's really good. Has a good texture to it while you're eating it. I quite enjoy it, so we got to learn about that. They talked about Tsukimi dango, which is the moon viewing dango for harvest time. Also, they're getting into the differences between Kanto and Kansai regions. I love that. I love the informational anime that also has like a really fun story, because then you can get into a show. You're like, yeah, I want to watch that show. Like Food Wars did this in the first season, really, where you get into it, you're watching it, you're like, oh yeah, look at this, look at that food they're making, that's cool food. And then if you have some amount of kitchen skills, you can take some of those things that they're doing and actually do it. Like that steak where you cover it in onion and then serve it over a bowl of rice mixed with the umeboshi. Like that's delicious. And it's a very simple thing. So you can take something, you're like, oh, I'm just gonna relax and enjoy a show, but then enjoying that show leads to you learning something that you can then use in your everyday life. I love it. That's when you get to fun escapes that hit that next level of what is this teaching me that I can then use in reality. And typically with a show or with a movie, you're taking life lessons or somebody's decision making, something that you could sort of abstract into, oh, I've got to work hard just like Goku worked hard, I should train hard just like, and it's like meh. But sometimes you get a show, How Heavy Are the Dumbbells, where they had actual like workouts at the end of every episode. Daemon, where you're learning about sweets specifically, and you can like, oh, I'm gonna find out, I'm gonna go get that, I'm gonna bring that from the show into my real life. And I love that. I love when shows do that. That's really fun. Storyline, interesting episode. We kind of knew where it was going. I was expecting this to be the first sort of like multi-episode plot point that we have. I was surprised that we wrapped it up simply in one episode. But the show overall has been such a, we'll say a sugar fest, a sweet show, a diabetic coma of an anime that I guess it's okay, and it makes sense that we lead to it just resolving just fine. So enjoyable, learn something new. What else can we ask for from Daemon this season? Greatest Demon Lord, reborn as a typical nobody. Oh my goodness. Overall, as far as the episode goes, we meet somebody new. I gotta say, we get to hear a little bit more of Dio's Japanese voice actor, which is always good for me. Everyone dies of food poisoning at the end, so get ready for that. Oh my goodness. If this is just Romeo and Juliet's or takes that Shakespearean turn, and they're like, all right, everyone, we have to eat the poisoned anko. Drink your Kool-Aid and eat the anko. Oh, that would be hilarious. Hilarious, but rough. Oh. Greatest Demon Lord, reborn as typical nobody. So we're getting more questions, and I saw a comment that like Greatest Demon Lord is kind of given away its idea, where the point was that the Demon Lord reborn as a typical nobody, he's like, oh, I've got less power now that I've reincarnated, or something like that was like the point. He's tired of being the all-powerful. He seems pretty all-powerful. And the idea that someone that he used to know and fight with, who's been training for thousands of years, still can't beat him when he's theoretically average, I don't know if I buy it. Is the idea that as the Demon Lord, he was like so powerful that averaging still left him like above everybody else because he was so high that just brought the average up? I don't understand. I don't get it. It's maybe a better title would have helped this series, like the Greatest Demon Lord reborn and wants to stay unknown, or wants to be a typical nobody. Like, so we get that idea, and maybe the Japanese actually says that better. I haven't looked at what the Japanese title is, but he definitely is like stupidly powerful, period. Like at all times, it doesn't matter what happens. We're getting one of those where just whatever happens, he'll power up, he'll block it, he'll do something, and it's gonna be okay for him overall. However, it did something that I cannot recall seeing in the past 10 years. Back in the 2000s, something happened where shows were like, hey, we've got short skirts. Sometimes panties show if there's, a wind or a breeze or something. Like, you get a show like Full Metal Panic where there's a breeze and you can see a panty shot. And so you had just nondescript panty shots all over the place from about 2000 to 2010. They were just constant. They weren't like a plot point. They weren't like a significant focusing in on the panties or anything like that. You would just have a scene and something would happen and you would happen to see a girl's panties. And that's just how shows went. That's just what happened. That was all the time, because they were like, hey, we got young men that are interested in these shows. What if we just give them a little sneak peek? Nothing crazy. We just, little sprinkles, little glitter bombs here and there that enhance a show. And the whole point was that nothing focused on it. So yes, you can tell me that you got stuff like High School DxD that's got panty shots and this, that, and the other thing. It's like, yeah, but that's kind of the point of those shows. Those shows are focusing in on things. We have Punchline, where the whole point of the show is that when he sees panties, he explodes the earth. And it's like, okay, yes. So the panty shots were part of it. They were focused in on. They were like a thing. They weren't just ignored in the scene. But we got in Greatest Demon Lord, freaking just 2 seconds, foomp, and she's flying back after he hits her with a sword. Foomp, panty shot. Looking just like it did back in the 2000s. I was like, is nobody going to comment on that? And the fact that nobody commented on it made it great. Made it fantastic. It's like, yeah, that's just what happens. That's just what happens. People wear uniforms like that. That's going to happen. And the fact that it did, just great. Just fantastic. I love it. Just the idea that we're okay with that again is so great. That's not spoilers for Punchline. That's episode 1. That's literal episode 1. So, so if you've not seen Punchline, still watch Punchline. Overall, I enjoyed it. However, that is literally the first episode explaining what's happening. Spoilers for Punchline. When did Punchline come out? Hold on. That's like saying, Batman is a detective. No spoilers for Batman. Just saying the premise of a show isn't a spoiler. Get out of here. 2015. Yeah, you've had 7 years to watch that show. I think I'm allowed to say what the basic premise of a show is. Oh my goodness. What do you think about the premise of this show? All right, let's get down to it. Birdie Wing. We now know what do we now know? We now know that what Eve was doing was going to lead to today's episode, no matter what, the underground golf battle. And now she's going to find a way to get around it, get on top of it. Fantastic episode. Our RPG out of the sunroof, taking out corrupt council members, mafia calling hits, not taking the no for an answer, not listening to the we had an agreement. Well, the agreement is changed, and I love that we're getting to that stage of the mafia and how they're really backstabbing each other and playing right along with that. Now having Eve on the other side at the end of the episode is like, yes. And then Rose coming in to be the fighter for the other side. It's like, couldn't you guys just play golf? No, they couldn't just play golf, because people don't just play golf in this world. People play golf to win championships or get a ton of money or title or victory. Like, there has to be purpose. There has to be drive. There has to be something behind why they're playing and how they're playing in order for it to be worthwhile to play in the first place. They're not just playing for the sake of the game. They're playing for home. They're playing for friends. They're playing for just survival. And in the same way that they're playing to survive, everyone around them is pulling strings and making things happen to get their way. So it's fantastic. Awesome episode. I loved the the scene where the one I forget her name every time, but her caddy is stacking up all of her perfect grade Gunpla, and she's like, I've got to sell these to help make money. Oh, it's so good. Golf. There has to be drive. I drive every hole. Oh my goodness. Did you, like, I started this when it said Birdie Wing Golf Girl's story, thinking, you know what? I like golf. I want to see what they do with a golf anime. Because sports anime can be really fun. And if you know anything about the show, it can be really exciting. But then it's mafia, underground gambling, building a casino, land rights, deportation. I mean, the levels we're getting to with this freaking golf anime are so great, so fantastic. I did not see this one coming. I am so stoked to keep up with this show. I may rewatch in dub, honestly, just to kind of see how it localizes, just to see if there's any changes that might be interesting for someone interpreting it into English, because it's so good. So much fun. You know, getting some backstory in this episode to Eve, so that was kind of interesting, even though the backstory is still kind of vague. We still don't quite know what's going on as far as her character's story goes, but she doesn't either, and so it's kind of one of those the amnesia blank slates that we can insert whatever we want into for her backstory, and they kind of leave it up to us. So really well done overall. I'm excited to see kind of how this story continues. But of course, you knew I was excited to see where this story continues. All right, it's Wednesday, and as you know, that means it's Waifu Wednesday. Waifu Wednesday. Plot twist, they're sisters. That might be interesting. Plot twist. The coach of Eve, we'll call him the dad of Eve, and the father of Aoi are rivals for years, and Eve's trainer, coach, daddy figure got mixed up with the mob and had to go back to that whole life and follow along there, and they had the same competition relationship as Aoi and Eve are starting to grow. That's where it's going. It's Wednesday, my dudes. That means Waifu Wednesday. Waifu Wednesday. Your Forger pulling up number 1, knocking Shikimori off. Shikimori can't stand when mommy comes down drunk and beats the crap out of dad, because that's just what happens. And that scene was amazing. The overall episode was a really fun. Like, I think anyone who is or wants to be a dad wants to have that experience of building this huge crazy castle where he can pretend to be the hero that comes and saves the princess who's his daughter. Really fun and awesome, and just twisting in with the witch. Yor being the witch who's gonna fight him, really good. And I think that really solidified her strength, her power, the fact that she could kick him and hit him and all this kind of stuff, and he's able to like just kind of take it even though he is getting beaten down. Really realistic when it comes to male female choreography. He's not throwing her, or she's not throwing him around or anything crazy like that. And then just fantastic. Like, you're on the floor getting drunk with wine. I knew it. I knew she'd be able to pop up into that number 1. It is outrageous that Shikimori would be number 2. Love is War people are insane. They are monsters when it comes to these online voting polls. My only assumption is that somehow they've just got the algorithm right, because having 4th, 5th, and 6th all from the same show blows my mind. They're just like, yep, Chika, Kaguya, Hayasaka, boom, boom, boom. They're just dominating these voting polls. Like, you almost can't believe it, really. Comey keeping up top is still surprising me. I feel like Comey just is not that interesting, especially when we come into Eiko. Like, is this not like, I see her music video everywhere. Is everybody not in love with her, or do not enough people have high dive and are watching your boy Kong Ring in order to think that Eiko deserves to be farther up this list? Are her and San, like, this may just be lag because people are weird about it, but she's just not that. She's not that top. She's very boring in her own show. Desimi, she's holding into the top 10, but oh my goodness, how is she stuck down here? Desimi and Pink need to be up top in here, knocking down some of these, like Komi and Reina dropping down. Hayasaka needs to get dropped. We need to make room for Pink and Desimi to get up and in here. I did watch the first episode of Shikimori, and I thought it was pretty boring. Thank you. Thank you. It's extremely boring. Just watch clips if they seem interesting. Pink Gelato to number 1. Yeah, Pink Gelato can go up there, I'm sure. Oh, I found an article. I'm pretty sure this is an article just for you. You said you... I think this is your thing. The 50 most beautiful pink-haired anime girls. It's a Gizmo story. That one's for you, Michael. If I remember previous conversations correctly, that one's for you. But yeah, Serranos, like, that's kind of the issue, is that Shikimori is a boring show. It's not great. You really should not spend your time watching Shikimori. But a ton of people are wrapped up in how Shikimori is the new best girl, and that her and Izumi are the like new perfect couple. And it's like, how are you thinking this about a show that's so boring? Like, stop watching that show and go watch a good show. Go watch Love After World Domination. Go watch Spy Family and tell me that Shikimori is worth your time. Just tell me that it's worth your time. I would say the Greatest Demon Lord is more valuable of your time, or more worthwhile of your time, than Shikimori is. Oh, his friend and not him. Well, pass that link along. Pass that link along. I'll say NyQuil brain or DayQuil brain, whatever I had last. That's what I'm dealing with. Can't expect me to remember everything when I'm medicated. So I knew someone around here said something about pink-haired girls, and I was like, I'm not gonna read this, but this is funny. But yeah, that's our waifu list. That's our top 10 waifu list. Also, just real quick, we have the top 10 anime of the week. Love is War, again, gotta be bot people. Like, who really, 3 seasons in and they're still like, yeah, this show's the best show, I gotta vote for this show. Komi can't communicate popping up. Shikimori dropping down. Gonna keep dropping down as the season goes. Your boy moving up. How is Tomodachi moving up? How is this show moving up? This show is boring. This show gave away the ending. How are people watching Summertime Rendering? Isn't it like stuck in Disney hell? I thought I looked for it and I couldn't get it. Data Live 4. We got holding strong at 8. It's my number. I love 8s. Put it all on 8. Build a fortress on 8. Data Live season 4. I am watching Data Live to like kind of catch up and eventually watch season 4. It is like a time capsule. Oh, let's come up with an arbitrary reason to have a guy meet a bunch of girls, but then make it sort of meta about this. It's just very, very strange. Shikimori's interesting trait isn't that she's a tomboy. Her interesting trait is that she does everything in such a cool way, but she wants to be really cute. So she's stuck living a life in which she wishes she was cute, but she's just cool. Never mind the fact that the really cool person who's good at sports thinks that Shikimori is really cute. Never mind the fact that her boyfriend thinks she's cute. Never mind the fact that whatever. We'll get to Shikimori. Our buddy did not did not disappoint. Let's just say that's the intros to every episode kill me. Dead or alive. Like the original intro that I'm listening to. It is pretty hilarious every time. That is for sure. Girls like water, they sprinkle and flood, but sometimes they're ass cold. That sounds like a hip hop line from like the late 90s, mid 2000s. Okay. Excuse me. I promise I'm not dying. I'm just dealing with things. So, speaking of Shikimori, speaking of whether or not it's any good, speaking of what we should think of it, this will be interesting to do. I haven't done a Shikimori article with my voice in this state, so we'll see how I perform. But I think I can do it. I think I can pull it out. I mean, Louis wrote this 3 hours ago, or published it 3 hours ago. We gotta read it. We gotta be there. We gotta be the hit on the page. We gotta be the first on there. Man on the scene, breaking news, hot off the presses, straight from the mind of Louis Kemner. Shikimori's Not Just a Cutie's newest episode proves who its real hero is. Izumi and his girlfriend respect one another greatly, but Shikimori is still the stronger of the two. Let's just remember, I said, the friends are interesting and we should learn more about them. So we've had 2 articles for the friends arc. And then I said there would be something where Izumi protects her, or we see that she has some kind of flaw, and now it's like, oh, Shikimori's actually the best in her show again. So we'll see. We'll see if this follows along with what I assume here. Oh, get out of here. The following contains spoilers for episode 5 of Shikimori's Not Just a Cutie, Jolly Times at the River, now streaming on Crunchyroll. But don't worry if you haven't seen any of the other episodes, because let me explain it to you. The world tries to kill Izumi, and Shikimori protects him, or his friend protects him, and then Shikimori loves him, but then is jealous of other people that protect him. There, you're caught up. Shikimori's Not Just a Cutie is a charming new rom-com series that stars the mega girlfriend Shikimori and her gentle but clumsy boyfriend Izumi Yu and their daily adventures together. It only took a few episodes to make it clear in the relationship that Shikimori is the stronger one, even if she does have a few minor flaws or vulnerabilities. We haven't seen any minor flaws or vulnerabilities. The only thing we've seen is her getting jealous, which, while, you know, may be a flaw or a vulnerability from a ethical standpoint, it's not exactly a flaw in somebody's behavior that they get jealous about things. We didn't see any flaws until literally this, get out of here. This is why you normally have the clicker or these things turned off. It's usually up to Shikimori to protect her hapless boyfriend Izumi from trouble. And when it's time to play sports, it's Shikimori who shines as the popular athletic star of the school. In episode 5, this trend continues, to the point that it has become Shikimori's theme to be the strong savior girlfriend. It might even have an impact on the narrative. It might even have an impact on the narrative. It is the narrative! Ah. Water bottle. Yes, I drink water as well. Oh, in episode 4, spoilers for episode 4, watch out. The narrative of Shikimori is not just a cutie took minor steps to restore balance in Shikimori-Izumi relationship by showing these two young lovers teasing each other blow for blow, missing in equal measure after ending their phone conversation. Really? I don't remember that being a thing. I don't remember them teasing each other blow for blow or having it be like this, oh, he said something that made her embarrassed. She's been embarrassed by things this whole time. Yeah, it is. Yeah, her strength has been the only theme the whole time. Well, I guess her strength and his weakness. Those are the two themes. In certain ways, Shikimori and her boyfriend are on equal ground. Yep, that's a sentence that someone can write. But when things get exciting in a typical Shikimori episode, such as episode 5, it's always Shikimori who shines. She is a series' appointed action star, not Izumi. That's why it's called Shikimori is not just a cutie, and not Izumi is a cool but weak boy. Like, do we really think this wasn't about Shikimori? Come on, Louis, you've been watching this with us. Ooh, fire, that's crazy. In episode 5, the 5 main friends visit the local river for some fun in the great outdoors, and for the most part, they have a great time swimming and grilling lunch. Then one of the local kids gets swept down the river and Izumi saves her, only to end up nearly drowning himself. Nekozaki and the others panic and can only watch until Shikimori heroically dives into the water. Don't dive into rivers, by the way. That's a very dangerous thing to do. You can jump into them, but don't dive into rivers. You never know if there's just a big-ass rock under there that you're going to hit. BT dubs. Safety. We're all about safety, so we don't learn that from this show. And easily saves Izumi, gently scolding him on the riverbank. So Izumi must stay in the shallowest part of the river, where Shikimori joins him for risk-free fun. I'm gonna join you at the shallow part of the river for some risk-free fun. The episode ends on a high note, but this narrative trend might cause some minor issues down the road. Ooh. Is he seeing darkness? 5 episodes in, the Shikimori is not just a cutie anime seems unsure how to balance its heroine, Shikimori herself. In some ways, the anime portrays her as a multifaceted girl who is popular but not infallible, such as when she got teased or felt awkward about buying a provocative swimsuit for the river trip, threatened by Izumi's mother because she wants to be his guardian. Did anyone think... Oh, here we go, the undermining article again. Did anyone honestly think that Shikimori's swimsuit was provocative? Was that a thing that people thought? Oh my goodness. All right, here we go. Oh, hey, someone drew it. Thank you, fan artists. Okay, so remember in that episode, this was Shikimori's provocative swimsuit. Is it a character flaw to be embarrassed wearing skimpy clothes? Maybe to somebody. But here's the reality, right? She wore this, and they're calling this a provocative outfit. Now, I'll grant you, bikinis, swimsuits, sundresses, there are a number of outfits that, no matter what, are cute, are sexy, are great looking. But when you say something is a felt awkward about buying a provocative swimsuit for the river trip, this is what she ended up buying. She's wearing shorts and like, yeah, maybe the 60s would give her a ticket because we can see her belly button. Now let's remember, there was a poster that Izumi was looking at and was like, whoa, look at those abs. And then she was gonna go buy that swimsuit from that poster. And luckily, thanks to the internet, someone went ahead and drew that one on her. That is what she was going to buy. That was the provocative swimsuit. This is the like, I've got the double strap going on that gives you the little bit of skin bulge in there. You know, you've got a peek into the side boob. Like, you've got all kinds of stuff going on that you would call provocative. And then there's this. This is what we got. Shorts are hotter than bikini bottoms. Shorts with the button and fly open because you're at the beach and you're wearing a bikini bottom is hotter than just plain shorts, for sure. But here we have shorts worn fully on. So who calls this provocative when this is what we were saying? Oh, there's the one that she might buy, and she buys this one. Now, let's be very clear. Would her wearing an actually sexually provocative outfit make this episode any better? No. No, it wouldn't. It would make it more understandable that she was like embarrassed to take off her shirt to go save him or to go swimming because she had bought a more provocative one. However, when she's wearing this and below or on top of this, she's wearing a crop top, like a similar little like off the shoulders and everything. It's like there is no difference between that top and what your bikini is. Why are you embarrassed about it? It doesn't make narrative sense. So why was that like even a plot point? Why was she embarrassed to take off her shirt when that's what she had underneath? It just doesn't make sense, and it makes the whole thing a little more like, oh, okay, sure, whatever. Like, is the bottom just a thong? Is that what the real like secret is? Is it's like a way over covered top, but then her ass is just hanging out of the bottom? Is that why she's like embarrassed about like taking it off her clothes and going swimming? Maybe that would have made more sense. But the way we got it shown to us just didn't make sense for her being so excited about it. They would have 4 kids changed into what she is wearing right now if they had gone with a provocative one. Hold on, let me pull up the they would have 4 kidsed it in China. Hold on, have you guys seen this image? This is super funny to me. I don't know, like, I don't know how I would like verify that this is indeed what it's like in China, but I don't care. I think it's funny that, you know, this is this is our Demon Slayer and this is their Demon Slayer. So we can say Winnie the Pooh censorship when it comes to we don't need to call back to 4 kids anymore. Oh, it's just so funny. We can't let them see cleavage because then they'll be turned astray. They won't want to be good citizens of the People's Republic if they see cleavage. Oh my goodness. You should move to China. The ones on the bottom are better. 100% nerfed waifus. I figured it out. Love to China, move to China. I figured it out. Oh my goodness. I always wonder about this stuff too, because like are they really redrawing over every single like scene, every frame to make sure that everything's covered up? Like that seems so expensive. Oh my goodness. Especially when you have the history of female ninja and how showing cleavage and using that to be a distraction is important. The old Mai Shiranui is a real ninja argument, of course. That's fake. China would have given them a chest reduction. Isn't China into chest enhancement now? They do the JoJo censorship. It is censorship from the JoJo. That is what they are doing. Oh, I don't even remember what we were talking about in this article yet anymore. In some ways, the anime portrays her multifaceted girls popular. Okay, yeah, that's right. She got teased or felt awkward. Then again, when an episode ups the stakes in any meaningful way, Shikimori really does become infallible, and her multifaceted nature falls by the wayside. Do you think she's multifaceted? Do you think being the perfect girl at all times who just happens to be jealous of her boyfriend is multifaceted? That seems very single-faceted. Like there's two sides to the coin. Almost like she's not just a cutie is the whole point of the show. Just goofy. Shikimori never loses when it really matters. Oh my gosh, she's almost like she's a protagonist, protagonist of her own show. It's good that Shikimori's personality is balanced between elements such as confidence, insecurities, goofiness, and jealousy. Oh, she's a tsundere. Get out of here. And heroic deeds. In conclusion, One Pieces are S tier. Shorts in place of bikini bottoms are A tier. Everything else is B tier. Get it? But what about the D tier? Am I right? Is that something we can get into? The D tier, the double D tier. Where we go with this scale? I am a fan of a good One Piece. However, it's got to be done right. It's got to be done right. I don't know that I could call any one genre S tier. I don't think any single genre is S tier. Oh, Jeebles. I think if you're talking about like a One Piece, like the classic school bathing suit that they have in anime, that's like a B tier. But then like a racing suit or any suit that has like a really open back with basically like just the bottom covered, that takes you up into S tier. And then bikini styles, like you get that double strap going on, that multi tie going on. Now you're getting that bikini up into S tier. School swimsuits are S tier? Huh. I don't know. I think you gotta take a look at your ranking system. I think anime draws them very well, but they aren't very. Okay. Let me re-clarify. Real life. Anime can draw stuff so that it looks really good, kind of no matter what it is. But like when you get into like reality, things just don't look great. And also, which school swimsuit, which Mizuki are you talking about? Because the ones with like just the spaghetti straps, those are pretty meh overall. Anyway, trying to make me not talk about Shikimori. What's wrong with you? That's all I do around here is talk about Shikimori. It's good that Shikimori's personality is balanced between elements such as confidence. I read that one. But that only happens during low-stakes scenes where Shikimori doesn't stand to lose anything. When an episode's true conflict arrives, Shikimori can do no wrong, and similarly, Izumi can't do anything right. This might lead to a confusing tone where Shikimori seems OP and balanced at the same time, and episode 5 is a good example of that. Soon, Shikimori must fall short when the stakes are high, or higher than ever, or at least need a teammate to help save the day. She is far stronger than Izumi in these scenarios, and for the sake of progress for both characters, that must soon change. Izumi needs his turn to be a hero. I need a hero! I was in high school not too long ago, and school swimsuits were the best in the sector. I was in high school not too long ago, and school swimsuits were the best in the sector. Top on down, and that includes everybody. Yeah. I think the reference and the proximity to high school probably work both directions. You know, what you don't see is that they're the best, the greatest. Did your school actually have swimsuits? We actually didn't have a pool. I went to a private school, so we didn't have like a pool or a football team or any of that stuff. So I can't say for certain about real life, or where in the sector we'd want to refer these to. Oh my goodness. I need to grab a cheeseburger if I'm gonna bring out that impression. Top to the bottom. Love it. Oh, that was the end. He needs to be a hero. That's the end of the article. Goodness. They did in top tier stuff. Really? Well, I'm guessing they were probably racing soon. But now that I think about it, they may have just been for water polo. Isn't that a little different? Don't they wear like the don't they wear like a racing suit like I was talking about? Yeah, like a classic, like a Speedo or something, like the Speedo the brand, not necessarily the cut, but yeah. Anime ranking. I'm sure there's got some results may be explicit. No, I don't want anime girls in swimsuits individually. I just want to know what do anime people think is the best. These are all just top 10 females in swimsuits. Kind of goofing off is all this. This isn't helpful. This isn't helpful at all. Top 10 anime swimsuits. Maybe I'll try that. Look at this. We go from I really like anime that like instructs you in ways that can help you in your everyday life. How Daemon like teaches you about Japanese sweets so that if you want to try something new, you can take that into your reality and really enjoy it too. I don't know if those are the best when it comes to swimming attire in anime. Top to the bottom, we're the best show here when it comes to really wanting to show off just every facet of the show, every facet of her. I'm gonna freaking die if I keep that up. Okay, well, hold on. Maybe I can actually roll with this. Okay, we're hold on. Let me update. Let me update the title. We're putting Waifu Wednesday on the list. We're getting. I'm editing this real time. Hashtag Shikimori. Hashtag Waifu Wednesday. Okay, so this will definitely be a thing. Okay. So we're gonna take this list of the top 10 anime girls in swimsuits, and we're gonna use it to identify what the top 10 swimsuits are for people who enjoy anime. Number 1, Ami Kawashima from Toradora. Appears in swimwear several times throughout the throughout the series. Slim, pink, and white bikini. So, top 10, bikinis in the top 10. Misaka. Floofy, frilly bikini. There's our number 9. Number 8. 8's got shorts on the bottom, just like Michael likes. Number 7. 7's got some frills, but it's like a nice halter bikini. So our 7th best. High School of the Dead, running just a bikini, but popping that top just like a convertible. Infinite Stratos, we've got a wrap, we've got a cover up, so something we didn't really discuss, or maybe it's just a skirt bottom with the halter top. There's our number 5. Kosaki Onodera from Nisekoi, getting school swimsuit, hitting top 4. All right, Michael, the people have spoken. School swimsuit hit top 4. There you go. But number 3, Mira Jane with the bikini. Nami, bikini again, I'm assuming, because it's one piece. And Seina from Haganai, who's got a bikini. So bikinis are taken 1, 2, and 3. Right behind those are going to be the school swimsuit. So number 1 is bikini. Number 2 is school swimsuit. Number 3 is some sort of cover up down below. Then we got some bikinis, some frillies. We got shorts coming in at number 5. I think that makes that. And then frilly kid-like one, and more of a classic bikini. Top 4, you'll take it. Yeah, you're gonna have to take it. You're gonna have to take it because the people have spoken on Honey's Anime. What is this website? How have I never come across this one? Oh, they are still writing articles. Do anime movies, game conventions and expos. Oh, did you see what's his face? The guy that throws cakes is going to be at Anime Expo. How exciting. No, there's actually quite a few articles. I should look around this site, see if there's anything interesting for another episode. Maybe Honeys can be our Waifu Wednesday spot of choice. However, that's going to be it for me for tonight. Thank you for joining me on this Waifu Wednesday, looking at the top girls for the spring 2022 season, reviewing some anime, and just getting together to hang out and talk about what we like to escape with. Very exciting, very fun. Man, when your head is like in a cloud, it's very difficult to come up with what you think should be the next sort of line that you say in order to keep going. God, we could extend the stream with swimsuit talk. Definitely. That's what it's about. This is about, like I said, it's about coming together, building a little community where we talk about our escapes and part of our escapes is talking about what we like about them. If we like swimsuits in the escapes, let's talk about it. If we like hair color in the escapes, let's talk about it. Let's no topic is off the table. So we can take a look at how our escapes are interacting with the real world. We can take a look at how our escapes are helping us get away. So really fun, always fantastic. Glad to be on here for a bit. Hoping to feel even better tomorrow, but we shall see. However, it has been fantastic. One last comp high to everyone. Color swimsuit even goes with pink hair, green. A green swimsuit would. Oh, I guess that color theory goes out the window. I'll be honest, I'm colorblind, so I don't really get into color arguments very often. But I do know how to use the color wheel and everything on Photoshop, so I can do that. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. I will catch you next time. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Do all the deedlies. Share this with your friends. Let them know they can come hang out. We can talk about random stuff. Talk about all the anime that helps us escape. They got a video game they want to talk about. We can do that as well. And we'll just have fun and hang out together. Have a good evening. Kampai.